Hello and welcome to Spinners and Winners. I'm Jonathan Carl. This has been the year of the Super PAC, but we are joined right now by two folks who have started the world's youngest Super PAC. John Ramsey, you have given, what, about $3 million this year?
Sir,
and you are how old?
I'm 22 years old.
You are 22 years old. Preston Bates, who helped found the Liberty for All PAC. How old are you?
23.
23 years old. So what have you got to show for that $3 million you spent?
Well, we've been in operation for 7 months. We've raised over $3 million, and we've got 3 federal election victories. And the exciting part about it, Jonathan, is we're just getting started.
Okay, now you've raised, but a lot of this money's come out of your pocket.
That's right.
So where does a guy, help me out here, 22 years old, how do you have enough money to be blowing $3 million on a campaigns?
So I grew up in a very middle-class household, very modest household, but 2 years back I was very fortunate to come into money from my grandfather. Like I said, I grew up in college and high school, worked several jobs, but then came into money, but I really think it was my middle-class values that really promote and made me get going with this organization.
Now, I don't know many 22-year-olds, or I guess you were probably 20 when you came into money, who decide, okay, I've suddenly got a lot of money, I'm going to spend it on political campaigns.
Sure. So I guess the overriding purpose of our organization is to restore the American principles of economic freedom and civil liberties. But in a more specific sense, we're purging the Republican Party of the warmongering, anti-civil liberties, socially intolerant neoconservatives. We see these people as just as dangerous as the socialists that make up the Democratic Party.
Give me names. George Bush?
I mean, George Bush, he obviously went to war without a declaration as well. But it's really, we see him as just as dangerous as the socialists that make up the Democratic Party because, as we've said, socialists are good at spending other people's money. Neoconservatives are good at spending other people's money and sending other people's children and grandchildren off to war. So we think this has to stop.
You guys are Ron Paul guys, right? I mean, you supported Ron Paul in the primary.
We supported his principles, absolutely.
Supported his candidacy?
His candidacy, sure.
So you guys are getting involved in Republican primaries to try to get a new kind of Republican, a libertarian Republican.
Libertarian is a loaded word. I think someone who likes economic freedom, which has been shown to reduce corruption, social intolerance, promote civil liberties, promote life expectancy, reduce infant mortality, as well as people who are socially tolerant and protect civil liberties.
You guys have gotten involved in 3 primaries this year, 3 big ones, right? You've supported Jeff Flake out in Arizona in that Senate race. He won. You got involved in a race in Kentucky.
That's right, Thomas Massey.
Another victory there. And then you got involved in this race, the Thad McCotter district, Kerry Bentivolio, right?
That's correct.
The guy thinks he's Santa Claus.
Well, it's.
I mean, this is a race in Michigan's 11th district, and he has, in sworn testimony, statement, has said that he believes he's Santa Claus.
Well, if you look at Kerry Bentivolio, he's just a regular guy. And to be able to send a regular guy to Congress who's a veteran, a teacher, served his country, that's really what we're looking at. And he's also, great on the issues.
He is a reindeer farmer, right, who plays Santa Claus?
That's right. And I forgot, at what point do we want our leaders not to represent imagination, creativity, enchanting children? Aren't these the type of people we want in Congress? Not people who come from corporate backgrounds or want to give their buddies through the revolving door of K Street, Wall Street, special privilege. I think Kerry Bentivolio typifies the kind of person we want in Congress.
So, looking ahead, so you guys have about $3 million into this race. What do you see yourselves doing for the next campaign, 2014, the midterms?
Sure. So, like I said, we want to purge the party of these non-freedom candidates, guys who are terrible on the issues.
So, give me a target list. Who would you see yourself going after? Some Republican incumbents?
Well, there are a couple of high-level senators that have some primaries. Some of whom may or may not be involved in debt negotiations. Some of whom may or may not be warmongering right now. You may have heard of the RNC and the DNC. We're building the Free NC. It's a 50-state strategy. We're going to give Ron Paul supporters something to believe in, something that's real, an institution, something that wins. And we're going to be naming a target, and we're going to be spending 2 years trying to defeat a prominent member of the United States Senate, and we'll announce that right after Election Day. I'm excited about it. Okay,
so Lindsey Graham's up for re-election.
He's up for re-election, and he should be a little worried.
Is that going to be your target?
I don't know. I mean, you have to ask me after Election Day. He definitely is on a short list.
Who else is on your short list of potential targets up for re-election? Republicans you'd like to see go down in defeat?
There's several, like I said. We're going to wait till after Election Day to really announce those. But anyone who's of this bastion I was talking about, of people who really are terrible on these issues, they should be scared, because Liberty for All is going to lead the effort to put these guys out of office.
Do you guys think it matters who wins, Obama or Romney?
Well, I mean, both are going to do close to the same. They're not talking about anything different in foreign policy. They both want to go to war. They both want a nation build. And bottom line is, Jonathan, we can't afford it. We're $16 trillion in debt. I mean, we got troops in more than 130 countries around the world. And the troops are giving us a message. If you look at, they supported Ron Paul's candidacy more than any other of the presidential candidates combined. And we didn't listen to them. So, you know, I think this election, we'll see what happens, but I don't think there'll be much change.
All right, so we'll see what happens with this one and your next election, 2014. Thank you very much. That's the Liberty for All PAC and $3 million and counting. And you guys are not quite, well, you're not even 23.
No,
so
sir.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your time.
Pleasure.
Just getting started.
Preston. All right.
See you soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And that's it for Spinners and Winners for ABC News and Yahoo News. I'm Jonathan Carl. You can follow me all week long on Twitter, @JohnCarl, or on Facebook. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.